Hello guys, before we get into the gaming news, I'd like to give a big thanks to the sponsor of this video, Ragnarok Origin. Welcome to Ragnarok Origin, where the fantasy becomes reality. This is a massive new MMORPG on mobile with a colossal amount of content. You will enter into a fantasy open world and discover secrets hidden within the game. There are a ton of daily missions, events, and daily quests in the game. You will be able to collect and grow adorable pets that will help you on your quests. There are also epic boss fights within the game. You can play the game solo, or you can play together with your friends in a cooperative manner. You guys can enjoy unique raids, challenges, and stories together. There are guilds to join where you can enjoy guild feasts, matches, and more. At the weekly feast, you can win special prizes too. This game has some special customization options to fix yourself up and make you look unique. You can enjoy dancing with friends, enjoy food, collect and train your warriors. This was #1 among free apps when it first launched in Japan. It was also one of the most downloaded apps when it launched in Korea too. Did you hear that? It's free to play and downloadable on both Google Play Store and iOS. The best news is if you pre-register now, you can unlock special items at launch and have a chance at winning a Tesla Model S. So you should go to this site and register today. Hello guys, this is Red Senpai from Red's Third Dimension Gaming. Before we get started, I'd like to remind you that I have another channel where I do reviews. So please subscribe and hit that notifications button on both this channel and that channel to be updated. I upload to both channels every week. The first bit of news that I wanted to go over was a new game coming out from NIS America, and it's called Labyrinth Legend, and this is coming out for the Nintendo Switch. Here is what it says about the game. Labyrinth Legend offers players a satisfying dungeon crawling experience brought to life by retro-inspired pixel graphics. The action-oriented combat uses simple yet satisfying gameplay mechanics that both new and veteran gamers can enjoy. Set in the kingdom of Kanata, Labyrinth Legend focuses on the stories of a monster-filled domain known as the Labyrinth that is said to house a lost royal treasure. Choose your lone adventurer from one of these 3 unique classes, each harboring their own special abilities, and enter the labyrinth to test your skills. The deeper you go into the labyrinth, the more the game's story reveals itself, growing and evolving with your progression. At the end of each dungeon, you'll find monstrous bosses that will be sure to pose a threat, so take care to power up your character and learn the boss's attacks. New features coming to the Nintendo Switch release include a brand new dungeon with new story elements and more powerful items. A new class also makes an appearance called the Nightcrawler, specializing in physical attacks. And lastly, you'll be able to bring your friends into the game with local co-op. Yes, no online co-op, but local co-op. The next bit of news is that there is going to be Prinny Presents NIS Classics Volume 2, and this is coming to the Nintendo Switch in spring 2022. The 2 games included in this bundle are Makai Kingdom, Reclaimed and Rebound, and ZHP Unlosing Ranger vs. Dirk Death Evilman. So if this is as good as the previous Classics Volume 1, of course I would pick this up. Again, check out my other channel. I'll have a review for the Switch version of the Classics Volume 1, which seemed to run better on the Switch than on the PC. The PC I had a lot of crashing, so I didn't even review it. I did show you it in a gameplay video that I did on my main channel, but I'm gonna also show you the Switch version, which seems to run better. It doesn't look as good, but it runs better. So stay tuned for the video about that. After that, we have an announcement video that Disgaea passed 5 million in sales, the whole franchise. That's pretty good. Disgaea 6, I think, sold around 500 or 600,000 units. I think that's a little much for that game. That game did not run that well on the Switch. I hope it comes to the PS4 eventually in the US. It's already on the PS4 in Japan. For some reason, the US does not have a PS4 release of that game. Hopefully it will come to the PC and PS4 soon. Next, there's a new gameplay video from Melty Blood type Lumina. Okay, and this is for Shiki Tono. So this is some new gameplay, and this game will be launching on September 30th worldwide. So you'll be able to get Japan, US, Europe, everywhere at that time. Next is a game that I'm going to review on my other channel, and I also will upload a gameplay video on this channel for Witch Spring 3, and this is already available on the Switch. I believe this game already came out in August, but it's going to be coming to the PC now, and it's called Witch Spring 3 Refine. This game is actually quite fun. And then there was a new game, Aeterna Noctis. It's going to launch on December 15th for the PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and the PC. This is a 2D hand-drawn Metroidvania game, and the artwork looks good. And next is Cyberstep, launching a new visual novel game brand, CS Novel Club. So the first two titles of this are going to come out in winter this year. It says it's planned to release during October and December. There's not a lot of information about it. It just says that CS Novel Club titles support over 50 languages via machine translation and will appear on multiple hardwares. So PS4, Switch, PC, iOS, and Android. That's pretty cool. So if there's multiple translations, that means that there should be an English version of this. The little bit of information it gives you is that it's a romance comedy visual novel. So I like the artwork, so I thought this looked interesting. One thing that might interest you and might not, maybe you'll skip over this part of the video. I was not particularly interested in this game, but it was leaked early and then they announced it. Alan Wake Remastered is going to come to the PS5, Xbox Series, PS4, Xbox One, and PC. So that's pretty cool if you're an Alan Wake fan and you wanted it on a PlayStation or a PC, like a remastered version of it. Here you go. I played the original. I thought it was boring, but it's coming out again. So if you're interested in Alan Wake, you can get it. I'm sure this game will be on Xbox Game Pass, but don't quote me on that. It should be, since this was originally like a 360 exclusive. But it's supposed to come with 4K visuals and new commentary, it says. This is the news that you guys will enjoy the most. Neptunia Cross Senran Kagura Ninja Wars launches on October 26th in North America and October 29th in Europe. It's launching this month, September 16th in Japan. So if you do want it early, I'll put a link down below for Play Asia. If you don't want to buy that, you want to buy the digital version early, you can buy a Japanese PlayStation code on there, or you can buy the physical version. But here's some information. It'll launch both digitally and physically on October 26th in North America and October 29th in Europe. And this will be published by Idea Factory International. Pre-orders for the game are going to be available soon. When you go to the store, it says you can pre-order it on September 28th. So you should put it on your watch list, and that way you'll get notified when you can pre-order it. What you get from the limited edition, which they are limited, usually they sell out. Last time I couldn't even buy the one I wanted because I have a hard time figuring out the shipping because I live in Korea. But it comes with a reversible cover, collector's box, a hardcover art book, a wall scroll, and it looks pretty cool. It's like classic Japanese style, samurai style. It looks cool. A steel game case, a steel book. I don't know why they call it a steel game case. It's a steel book. We always call that a steel book. I don't know if that's something in Europe. Maybe they call it a steel game case. We always call it a steel book in my town where I'm from in the US. Official soundtrack. It's probably just it's whatever. Maybe it's 10 tracks or something. If it has more than 10 tracks, that's great. But I'm not expecting much. The art book looks gorgeous. The steel book looks gorgeous. I like the raw scroll. This is a good one. This looks like a good limited edition, not that junk that we get that doesn't come with a steelbook or art book or anything, just a soundtrack. It also comes with an official trading card. You should get the card, I think, even if you buy the normal edition from Idea Factory store. What is the game about? Game Ninjastry, a place where all manner of ninjas gather. As the struggle for control increased between the daimyos of the nations. Tensions rose between the two great nations, each of which was home to one of the major schools of martial arts. The Kampa style, which has mastered the ninja arts based on the command technique. The Honeypa style, which has mastered the ninja arts rooted in the action technique. The two camps were stuck in a ruthless competition of skill in order to achieve hegemony. But as they fought on, a mysterious army of mechanical ninjas made their assault. The mechanical ninja army overran the smaller nations in an instant, and the Steam Legion leader Yo Gamer made an announcement to the world. The Super Ninja War to decide the world's strongest school is about to begin. And actually what we saw in the previous trailers, the previous Nep TVs, if you have been following them, please watch them. They have gameplay videos in them. So they have a little bit of gameplay in each of those. In the last one, they showed Steam Max. I've been wanting to play as Steam Max or play against Steam Max in another game. I wanted to see him up here somehow. So I'm really excited about that. I wish Uni would show up, but who knows? I don't know if we'll be able to play as the CPU candidates. They haven't shown anything about them, so I don't think we will be able to play as them because it only says there's 10 characters. 10 characters is not a lot. It looked like there was like 4 from each franchise, but maybe it's 5 from each of the franchise. I hope there's DLC. So there's 10 possible characters to play as. Yuki and Go are new characters, and you get to play as 2 characters throughout the game. You can switch back and forth in battles. In this game, your skills are called ninja art skills. They also have spirit gems, which they can help boost your stats. And there's also the Peaches and Cream, this is what they're calling it, Peaches and Cream meditation minigame. And you can use your PlayStation 4 motion control, so that's cool. They never use that in any games, so that's cool that they're using the gimmicky thing, and that should satisfy some fan service people out there. There's also a ton of new screenshots, which I might put them in here. I'll try to do my best. If not, I'll put it on my Discord, and you guys should definitely check out my Discord because I'll put them all up on the Discord. I will be streaming Tales of Arise here and there, so check that out. I want to do a full playthrough of the game, live stream or a playthrough. You guys have to come and support me. I don't want to complain too much, but 1 to 3 viewers at a time for a channel that has 72,000 subscribers is not a lot. I don't know if it's because of YouTube not notifying you, but please make sure you turn on notifications, follow me on Twitter, follow me on Discord. If you come to my Discord, you come to my Twitter, you'll automatically see my new videos, so at least Twitter and Discord will notify you. Since I wasn't able to put out this video sooner, we're gonna go over some even more news that popped up in the last couple days here. Sony Interactive Entertainment has acquired Firesprite, and these are the guys who made the Playroom VR. They also made Run, Sackboy Run, some more recent games, the Persistence, Air Force Special Ops. These are games I'm not really interested in. I'm a little confused why they keep buying up these small studios. They shut down a couple of studios, and I don't understand why they got rid of some studios and then they keep buying up little studios. I would love to see Sony just pull a big one and just acquire Square Enix or buy Capcom. That would excite me a little bit more than this is a little tiny purchase. And I'm sure they spent a good amount of money. They always are spending a good amount of money on little tiny studios. The next bit of news, Sony's PlayStation 5 has topped 1 million units in Japan. So this is 800 something thousand of the standard model and about 200,000 of the digital model. So as you can see, people still want their physical copies of games. And the highest selling PlayStation 5 game in Japan right now is Resident Evil Village, and this has sold only 67,000 units. That's not very good. I'd hate to see how the new Neptunia game sold. especially since they've decided to make it only on PlayStation 5. I think that one probably crashed and burned in Japan. You gotta make it also available on PlayStation 4. It doesn't make sense for sales and for your money. You need to make it for PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. I'm pretty sure that PlayStation 4 can run a Neptunia game. Next bit of news, Lost Judgement. The demo is now available on PlayStation 5 and PS4 in Japan. It also has English, Japanese, Korean, Chinese, and traditional Chinese on this demo. So you can pretty much get it now. So if you have a Japanese account, you can go over and check it out. Next, Nioh is officially free on the Epic Games Store. So pick that up when you can. I have a link in my Discord, so go to my Discord and join that. And I have a link there. I'm not going to put a link in the description. And Nioh, the series as a whole, so 1 and 2, has sold 6 million units. That's pretty good for 2 games. 2 games have sold that much. I'm not sure, but that might be more than the whole Tales series. The whole Tales series alone, I don't think is even sold that much. The highest selling game hasn't even sold 2 million. But we don't know about Tales of Arise. Tales of Arise is going to be a big hit. So that's good. I'm excited. I like Nioh. I haven't played it much, but I will try it out on the PC because that's awesome that you get it for free on at the Game Store. And next, Critadel, which is a pretty cool looking little game, is going to be coming to Steam and Epic Games Store on October 13th. This is a 2D action game. It's coming to the Switch and Steam and Epic Games Store on October 13th. This is a little game. I think it needs a little bit of attention, and it's made by Nicholas, and it looks really interesting to me, so that's why I'm including it here. The next bit of news is that there's a new Twisted Metal game in development, and it's going to coincide with the upcoming show. So there's going to be a TV series from PlayStation Productions for the Twisted Metal series. And there's a rumor that's saying there's a game in development, so they'll release side by side, I guess. The sad thing is David Jaffe is not involved because he's like the creator of that. He's the one that started that Twisted Metal series. However, it's okay. Sony usually knows what they're doing with Twisted Metal. The last one was crazy. You should definitely check out my Twisted Metal movies that I made. I made one for Twisted Metal and Twisted Metal Black. They're really, really good, and the latest one is like a horror movie. The next bit of news, Sony Interactive Entertainment and Asper Media announced Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, a remake for the PlayStation 5 and PC. It never said anything about an Xbox release. It says it's console exclusive on PlayStation 5 at launch. Maybe that's like a 1-year deal. Who knows how much money was involved in that. Well, Sony's helping them pay for like the publishing cost and everything. So maybe Sony's helping them that way, and then they get the game early. I know Xbox sometimes does the same thing. The one game that they announced that I thought looked the most intriguing was called Project Eve, and people are going nuts on Twitter about this. This is like their new waifu. Everything was great. It's really funny how Shift Up, they actually kept the jiggle physics. Unlike Koei Tecmo, they actually take features out of their game that are totally unnecessary. There's jiggle physics. The monsters look great. Some people that I talked to thought it might be a new Parasite Eve. It doesn't seem like it's a new Parasite Eve. It just seems like a whole new game, like a whole new IP, new game, and this is a beautiful game. The gameplay looks great, and it's just so gorgeous. I wish this would come out on PC too. There is no release date yet, so maybe by that time I'll have a PlayStation 5. Sony just needs to get them in stock. There's also a new game coming out called Forspoken, and this is going to come out on PlayStation 5 and PC in the spring 2022 by Square Enix and developer Luminous Productions. This one also looks pretty good. Hopefully Square Enix knows what they're doing. Everything they've been putting out has been like a hit to me, so. And another game that was announced was Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, and this is going to launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store on March 25th, 2022. And this was one of my favorite characters from Borderlands 2. What can I say? Tiny Tina is like funny, quirky. I would definitely pick this game up, probably on PlayStation 4, because I'm probably not going to get a PlayStation 5 until like 2023. I'm not going to pay $900 to $1,000 for a PlayStation 5 when the retail price is like $500, $400. I'd probably buy the digital version too, because I don't really use physical discs anymore. And the next one that some of my friends, they think this looks cool. I'm not that interested in because of the gameplay. It's called Ghostwire Tokyo. This is going to launch in the spring 2022 for PS5 and PC. Microsoft owns Bethesda. Think about that. Bethesda is making a game exclusive to the PS5 and PC, but I'm sure it's going to come at a later time to Game Pass or something, and it'll be free with Game Pass eventually, maybe like a 1 year, 2 year deal. Same with like Alan Wake, that game's coming to PS4. Sony also announced that there's going to be an Uncharted Legacy of Thieves collection for the PlayStation 5 and PC. So this will launch on the PlayStation 5 in early 2022, and I might buy this on PC. I played all the games, but it looks even more beautiful. I can guarantee you the frame rate will be better. So this is just a remastered version of Uncharted 4 and Uncharted The Lost Legacy, which The Lost Legacy was supposed to be DLC. That's how I got it so cheap. Originally, it was supposed to be DLC. If you bought the season pass, you were supposed to get it for free, and that's what ended up happening. They ended up sticking to their word, but then they wouldn't. The season pass was not really that good. It was only good for like the extra game, and that's about it. They ended up releasing this as a whole separate game instead of just a co-op DLC thing. So basically, this is like the complete edition of Uncharted 4. I wish it was like all of the games, but that's okay. I thought that's what this was originally, but it looks beautiful. It's Uncharted. Uncharted's one of the best games ever. Sony also announced a new Wolverine game, and this is going to be exclusive to PlayStation 5. This is developed by Insomniac. As soon as you see Insomniac, you know it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive. Sony owns Insomniac, and they made the Spider-Man games. Speaking of that, there is a new Spider-Man game coming out. You saw Miles Morales in there, you saw the other Spider-Man from the other game, and you also saw Venom at the end, so that was cool. So I will look forward to that. I just have to play the first game. Gran Turismo 7 was announced. I'm not really that excited anymore, but inside me, like the kid inside me who played Gran Turismo 3 and 4 so much, mainly 3 with my father, we would play that game all the time and unlock new cars. It was just a blast. The kid in me likes this. The adult Red right now doesn't think it's that big of a deal. I do think it looks beautiful, but that's it. There's also a new Melty Blood character Michael trailer. My second favorite game at PlayStation Show was God of War Ragnarok. This looked amazing. It's so beautiful, and I know the gameplay is already fun. I already played it before. And not related to the PlayStation Show, Monark, which is a cool little new game. I think NIS is going to be bringing it to America. It's going to come out in 2022 in America, and NIS America is going to bring it. It looks pretty good. This is the second gameplay trailer for this game. And next, Omen of Sorrow is going to be coming to the Xbox One next week, and PC soon after, so it's going to come to Steam soon. That was a game that originally launched on the PlayStation 4, and it was also available eventually on the Epic Games Store in 2019. It's going to be coming to the Xbox One and soon on Steam. I would pick it up on Steam because this game looks pretty good. It is a horror-themed fighting game. If you're into fighting games, this will be interesting. It's not like the same thing over and over, like Street Fighter or something. It's something new. There's a lineup for TGS 2021. There's a whole schedule for Square Enix. And the games that they're going to be showing off, Collection of Saga, Final Fantasy Legend. So this is going to come to the Switch, PC via Steam, iOS, and Android. There's something called Deep Insanity Asylum. This is coming to PC, iOS, and Android. There is Dragon Quest X Offline, which this is interesting. Dragon Quest X Online is an online game, but there's also going to be an offline, so maybe they're going to make it like an RPG, not just an online MMO. The online one's coming to PS4, Switch, PC, Wii U, and 3DS. What? 3DS? What is this? So maybe it's already out. That's weird that it says 3DS on here. In their lineup is Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. It's on PC, iOS, and Android. I'm sure it's just some type of update. Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. So maybe this is based on Zack from Final Fantasy VII, the one that was on the PSP. Maybe it's based on that one. This is coming to iOS and Android. Final Fantasy XIV, Forspoken, Imperial Saga Eclipse. This is for PC and smartphone. Some of these games might not come to the US, or they'll come and they're just a lot of Android. Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. I know some people are excited for this. Project Triangle Strategy. This is for the Switch. Romancing Saga Reuniverse, iOS and Android. Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. And this is coming to PS5, Xbox Series, and PS4, and Xbox One, and PC. War of Visions, Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. I don't know why there's so many mobile games. What really sucks is there's no news about Final Fantasy 16. There's nothing. They didn't even say anything. There's so many dislikes on Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origins. No one liked that game. It's okay, I see how it is. Like, I have to see reviews first before buying it. And that is going to be all the news for this week, guys. Tales of Arise is out. You should definitely pick it up. It's a really fun game. I am having a blast with that game, and I will try to do lots of live streams with it, and you can check out my reviews too. Don't forget to comment down below, thumbs up the video. All of this helps me, and subscribe and turn on that notifications bell. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.